Hello and welcome everyone once again to Good Mental Health. So today we are going to talk about body image. So we'll shortly be starting exactly at 4. We'll be waiting for others to join us and then we'll start in a minute.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, how are you? How
Yeah,
have you
I am
been?
good. Great.
We are in 2022.
Yeah,
Yay.
that's a new
Heartwarming.
year.
New
It's been adjusted well now, I guess. So how are you?
Yes. Perfect. I'm great.
That's great.
Wonderful as always.
So let's start. It's exactly 4
Yes.
now. We shall start welcoming
Yes.
our audience.
Yes. So, hello, peeps. Namaste. Bonjour. Majama. Kevan acho. So, happy, heartwarmingly New Year and blissful New Year to every one of you, our GMH admirers and followers. And today we are beginning with a GMH talk of 2022 with a wonderful conversation. And I am your show host, mental health aficionado Utkarsh, NLP certified practitioner and an artist. And today at Good Mental Health, we are going to have a wonderful conversation on body image and emotional well-being, for which I am having with me Ms. Anuradha, who is the founder and director of Good Mental Health, RCI rehabilitation psychologist, professional adoption counselor, a podcaster, life coach, and an international radio show host.
Thanks, Utkarsh, for such a wonderful introduction.
The
Also,
pleasure is always mine.
yeah, I'm glad about this. And thank you so much, audience, for joining us. And we'll be waiting for others to join us soon. And today, I think already we have entered a new year that is 2022. So definitely, we would like to wish everyone a very happy new year and a wonderful start of a year. And also along with that, today we have bring up a lovely topic and I am really sure that it is going to help everyone. So it's about body image, and which is nowadays because of pandemic, this thing has risen up, and there have been many clients who were coming up with the body image concern. So it is going to be a beautiful aspect we'll be discussing about. So stay in touch with us and stay tuned. So over to you, Utkarsh.
So, psychologist Anuradha, let's begin. So I would like to ask you that please tell our audience about what is body image. Is it about gaining or losing weight, or is there any other aspect related to the same? Please do elaborate on the same.
Yeah. So when we talk about, body image, it's not only gaining or losing weight, and maximum people have this idea only that it's about, gaining or maybe losing weight. But actually it is, exactly the image we have about our own self, because everyone has little perception about themselves, right? They do look themselves in a way, right? So that way basically is something, the image, the mental picture you create for your own self is body image, right? And that has to be positive, right? When you have a healthier approach towards your body, that is a healthier body image, and that's what is positive too. And that is the idea everyone should really continue with, no matter what your weight, size, or maybe the skin color, the tone, the muscles you have, right? That is not going to predict your happiness. What is yourself. So that is the whole thing, right? So one has to have a healthier approach towards their own self, be it having a, be it the approach towards your body or your overall self, right? So how do you look at yourself, what your perception is when you look yourself into the mirror? Is it that you are focusing on one part of the body, or maybe the color, the skin tone, and things like that? Or you see yourself the way you are and you accept it? That's a healthier approach. So that's what is body image. Yeah,
Thank you for so beautifully telling about body image and actually clearing the expect about the same. What is the exact meaning?
exactly.
So now, can you please tell about the types of body image about
Uh,
which you gave a essence just right now?
yeah. I actually touched upon the thing that we should have a healthier and a positive approach
Yes.
towards our body, right? So that's what is one type, and everyone is supposed to be having a body image, and with a healthier approach, right? So when you look yourself in a positive way, when you look yourself in a healthier way, that's what it will help you have a good and happy life, right? So as well as when we talk about a healthier approach, that's when you will perceive yourself really nicely. You will be a realistic person. Your behavior is going to be very healthy. You are going to accept yourself the way you are, no matter what your weight, size, and the skin color is, how, what your tone of skin is. So whatever the kind of body you have, you accept it. So that's when happen when you have a healthier approach. Also, when you're realistic, definitely you will be having a higher confidence. You will look yourself in a way which is always healthy and happy, right? And that's very, very important. And when some and secondly is the another type, which is poor and unhealthy, or we can say when somebody is having a negative body image, right? And they have a negative approach for themselves. So maybe they don't see themselves in a way they should, right? They don't accept a particular thing in their body, maybe their looks, maybe their weight, maybe their skin tone, and maybe anything what they might don't appreciate about themselves. So that's what becomes a concern. That's the second type, and in this type it becomes difficult for people to live a healthy life, because they will be unrealistic, they won't accept for who they are, and their behavior will definitely be unhealthy, because obviously when they have a negative approach, that is how they are looking at themselves, and they won't be happy. And when they are not happy, their behavior will reflect in a negative way, right? So and
Yes.
these people are prone to develop a lot of other emotional health concerns too. Why? Because when they have this emotional health sorry, the body image concern, there's a lot of stress, anxiety they do have, they do show, right? And now these people also, when they have a negative approach towards their own body, the another thing is that they tend to judge themselves so badly, they become destructive about themselves, and they are not able to accept themselves, maybe anything about their body, right? So this is the second way. So the idea is, whatever the type of body image I am sharing, the idea is that you should always look upon for the having a positive approach towards your body. When you will be having a healthier approach, that is going to help you live a healthy and mentally sound life. And it's not just the one concern you have that is going to impact you later on in your life. In terms of you can suffer in terms of your mental health, also your physical health. So one has to have a healthier approach, because that's the way you can have a good life, right? And everything revolves around having a good and very peaceful life. So when you want that, when you have that focus, so your idea should be towards having a healthier approach. So that's these are the two types.
Need and having a good body image after all will
Yeah,
automatically make the
yeah.
person mentally and emotionally healthy and wealthy too.
Exactly. When you have a positive approach towards your body, you will be more happy, healthy, confident, and you can just, you can even communicate with other people in a good and nicer way. So it's important that you should only focus on to have a healthier approach. And you
approach
know,
on this.
everyone is supposed to accept themselves. Until you don't have the acceptance, right? So you really can't have, you know, you can't enjoy the quality life. So you have to accept what your genetics blueprints are, who you are, and acceptance has to come from within yourself. So you got to practice, you got to really focus on believing yourself for who you are. Until and unless you won't believe in yourself, people are not going to be with you, right? Yeah.
Believe. Yes. Now, what would you like to say about that? How body image originates
Okay.
from?
Uh, mm, See, there are a lot of sources. First, it is basically an environmental factor. It's not that it's happening from since you're born. This is a concern that is developed gradually because of your surroundings, what type of surroundings you are in, and which means the environment you are in. So the first environment when we talk about is our home, right? That's the one which shape our personality. The huge amount of our personality is being developed when we are at home, and that's where everyone's journey start. So at home, the people, the family members, your parents, your siblings, right, how they are maybe if they are accepting you or they are not accepting you, if they approve you for things or they tell you that you're not good at this and that, right? So that really matters. If somebody is not approving you or accepting you in the family or from anyone in the family member, right? So that's when a person basically develops these kind of things. Before that, they never had an idea. Once somebody has pointed out something, that's what will become a concern for them. And
Right.
yeah, exactly. Until and unless we don't know and nobody has pointed out and not informed us, we never have this idea, right, that this is something we should get conscious about, right? And second is that after family is our peer group, our friends, where we hang out with, or the next social circle we have. So that is friends and peer groups. So they also modify our behavior, our personality, and they have a great role in shaping our body, sorry, mental makeup, right? So when they basically say anything to us, how they are treating us, if they are accepting us in that group, right, and accepting us for who we are, maybe giving their approvals for how we are behaving with them or how we are with them, right? So that matters a lot. And importantly, if this group, right, the peer group, the siblings, or maybe the friends right around you, if they are not accepting you, they are making your life difficult, if they are pointing out at different things, maybe making fun of your maybe your looks, maybe your weight or anything, right? So at that point of time, this thing comes into a young child's mind, right? And that's when this develops into a concern, right? So starting
Correct.
from the family, and next is this family and sorry, the friends group and peer groups environment. So they too play a huge amount of role, right? And next is we can say media, right? They that media also play a huge amount of role. If you see actors, models, and when we see their pictures and when there are some grand shows coming up, right, what we see is that they look so perfect, they're so gorgeous, right? And their
Yeah.
their skin type is so good, their body type is so good, right? So what is it? It's because of the professional makeup, the kind of the dietitians are with them, and how they carry, they have those expensive dresses that they wear, right? All of these things make them to look what exactly they look on those screens, right? So that is what is one of the factor where our young generation is getting infatuated, or towards, they start to think that how come they are so beautiful, they want to compare themselves, they want to become like that, they also want that they should also look that flawless, which is actually not the easy thing, right? This is everything on screen, is everything artificial, right? So everything is being make up, right? So now in the actual life, you got to believe and accept the way you are. Until and unless you don't do that, your life is going to be difficult. So media also plays a huge amount of role. And next is social media. So social media is another platform nowadays. If you might have noticed that since the pandemic has hit this world, so everybody is
That's
online.
become a trend.
Exactly. That's a new normal, right? Everyone is stick to their system. They are sitting online. They are on social media. Lot many platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and lot many other, such places, right? So
Every
these,
domain.
yeah, every domain, though, and at every domain, there are happening different things. What
Correct.
exactly is going on? That, and especially on those public forums, right? Which is like very, you can say, open platforms for people where somebody is putting up something and everyone on that public forum is commenting, right? They think that, it is kind of a thing that if somebody has written or posted something, so there start a kind of competition on the commenting section as well. If you see, from there only that this cyberbullying, trolling, and all of these body image things starts to happen, body shaming and all of that. So if you notice that all of these things are happening there, right? So these concerns develop into emotional health concern, also the body image concerns also, because on social media people are really comparing themselves. If you see on Facebook or on Instagram, when people post something, what happens is that other people are trying to imitate. They start to compare themselves. There are a lot of apps, if you know that, that's been that can help filter your looks, right? So which is like everyone would like to look beautiful or look good, so they do use these apps. And now that what happened is that there are a type of people, you can say, who are prone to develop emotional health concerns or any kind of concern so easily. So when these people look at into other people's profile, there is a lot of comparison that comes into their mind. So what happens is it develops a lot of negativity, and that's the cause of lot of concerns, not only just body image. It starts from that, and that then it gives a lot of other things as well, right? It can even convert into the emotional health concern. So, right, these are the sources, the factors through which basically how this, body image concerns come into the notice of people. So this is the way, and what you can do is you have the opportunity and the right to be exposing yourself to the right environment, right? So exposure matters a lot. What kind of exposure do you have? And now it's up to you that how to choose what you want to take and what you don't want to take. So you have to mindfully understand this thing and decide for how you want to go with whatever platforms you are using, right? So exposure matters a lot, and because if somebody will not understand this thing, it can impact their health, overall health. So these are the sources through which how people can develop body image concerns. So one has to be very wise and understand that when to use, when to stop. That's important. Yeah.
Correct. And you mentioned in the last that body image concerns attracts other
People.
problems too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
So
other problems too.
yeah,
And it
because
just builds up, builds
yeah,
up, builds up like a
right.
peak.
Yeah. So because what happened is that, when this concern has developed, it will not stay here only. Now, what happened is
Correct.
when there's this body image thing is started, right, developed in somebody. So it is going to cause other things also. It is
True.
always attached to emotional health concerns as well. Maybe you can say that afterwards it is giving some stress to the person, and comparison also always leads to negativity, and negativity has lot of emotional health concerns attached, starting from maybe stress, worry, and it has no ending, right? So it can
It goes
lead
on
you
and
to
on.
anywhere. Exactly. So you got to be very sure of how you're using social media, what you're doing on it, right? So that's
Correct.
the thing. Yeah, let's
And as
welcome
you,
every sorry.
yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. Please, please,
Okay, so
please welcome
I
everyone.
I would like to welcome everyone, those who've been attached with us, starting from Miss Sonia, and then uh, Mr. Abrol, and then Ankita and Prabhat. Thank you so much for joining us. Then Biharit. And thank you, Amarjot, for joining. Thanks so much. And here is a lovely comment from her. Thanks for such an effective session, very informative. So we are so glad that it is really good for you. And Mr. Om, thank you. Lakshmi Shah, thank you so much for joining. Adi, thanks for joining. And Khushi, thank you so much. Miss Sunita, thank you. And Mr. Saurav, thank you so much for joining. I hope that you are having a wonderful time joining us in our session, which is on body image. So stay with us so that you can have more information about it. And at the end, it is going to be good.
We got two comments right now.
Mm-hmm. One second. Uh, yeah. Yeah, Saurabh, definitely you can watch it later as well. Whatever you have missed, definitely it will be uploaded right after the show will end. And thank you so much for your interest. And sure, you can see
Will
it
be
later as well.
broadcasted.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now you can continue to watch, and afterwards also there it will be there. And thanks, Sonia, for such a wonderful comment. And we are happy that you're loving it.
And thank you for admiring
Sure.
GMH and GMH talk too.
Yeah. Thanks so much,
So
everyone. So let's
now,
begin.
yes. So as you right now talked about social media and its influence on body image. So does social media have an elaborate impact on body image? So kindly precisely tell about the same.
Right now, only when I said that social media has a great impact, on developing body image concerns. Also, it leads to other emotional health concerns too. So definitely it impacts, and it starts from stress, giving stress. When somebody has a body image concern, they're likely to develop some stress, worry. Also, it leads to a lot of anxiety in the person, and it can really get you into the turbulence, and it can go on and on to any extent, right? So you got to understand that when do you need help and where you need to stop, how to use social media, and where to stop. Actually, that's the thing, and how much limit you have to really your mind that using social media wisely is the best way. So it definitely has an impact, and it can really cause like if you see that on social media people are really focusing a lot every 24/7, you can say every time everyone is online, and forgetting about their physical entity. They think that this virtual world is everything for them, and this is it, forgetting about what their reality is, right? And no matter what, how much time you spend, you see a lot of people here, you do whatever on social media, but at the end of the day, you are you, and you got to understand that. And what people do watching others, if you see that on Facebook, there's a lot of trend. People see other people's profiles, and they just wanted to see what their lifestyle is, what pictures they are posting, what videos they are posting. So what happened is, it's kind of a thing everyone wants to have it in themselves also, so they try to pretend themselves for who they are not, right? So this is a very dangerous thing. You got to be who you are. And if you try to follow others, that is not going to give you the peace of mind and happiness. You've got to really focus on your own identity. That's what is your reality, right? If you pretend, for how long you can pretend, right? So at one point of time you can really understand. So you have to understand by your own self. There's no one going to guide you for this. So have that inner awareness and consciousness, right? And importantly, on social media, you can see that as I mentioned, that a lot of trolling, cyberbullying, and body shaming is happening. I could just recommend that when somebody has put something on a social media platform, right, in an open forum, importantly, you have to act wisely, right? What somebody has put on social media, everybody has to be careful about what they are putting, right? And you have to be a responsible person when you are putting anything on social media. You have to be responsible for it. Is not impacting anyone's, it is not really harming anyone's life, right? So whatever you put on social media, be wise on that. That's one thing from for the person who is putting. And now come to other people who are the audience, and now who starts to judge them, who starts to say a lot of things on those commenting. And from there, if you see, or you might have noticed, that there happen a lot of fights between people, unnecessary, randomly, who doesn't even know each other, right? They start to comment something, and maybe the person who has put any thing on public forum, so maybe they are not answering, but other people are fighting, they are body shaming each other, trolling, and these things are happening. This is actually causing a lot of impact on them, right? Their mental health is suffering in this way. So you have to be very conscious about where you are putting your comments. Why are you putting? You have to ask yourself if it is required. And if you're writing anything, you have to keep this in mind, that that has to be anything, right? And there are, a lot of viewpoints everyone does have, and everyone has the right to be writing anything, but it should not harm anyone. So on social media, people really doesn't care, and they doesn't even realize that if they are harming somebody's mental health, right? And those who are likely to develop emotional health concerns, so they get affected, and they actually suffer from this. So definitely social media is impacting people's life, modifying in a great extent that might be people don't have an idea right now. But they have to really focus, think wisely whenever they are on social media, how much they are using social media. They should be, aware about that, and when they should limit, when to go, when to maybe unfollow certain things which is not giving them, any growth in life, and which is not fruitful to them, right? So use it wisely. So yeah, definitely it has a great impact.
Yeah, as you spoke about the impact which is social media having on body image, it too affects the mental health at the end, right?
Hmm.
So now I would like to ask you that does body image have that uh, impact on mental health and emotional well-being of individuals?
Yes, it does. Because when we talk about, as I earlier also mentioned, when somebody has a body image concern, they are likely to develop the emotional health concern too. How? Because it
Correct.
leads to, it starts from a one point, but that is giving you some emotional, mixed feelings. You can say it's mix of emotions. You're worrying about, if you have the body image concern, right? If it is a negative approach towards your own body, so definitely it is causing some kind of negativity, which definitely will be giving you stress, that can lead to anxiety, that can lead to depression, right? And when somebody has these things, or going through emotional health concerns because of what is related to body image concern, so at that point of time, a person will be having a lower self confidence. Also, not only that, their communication skills will be low with people. They will hesitate to meet people or go in a public platforms, right? And also, their self esteem will be low, right? So this is definitely going to impact their mental health, and these concerns are hampering youngsters more than the adults, right? You can see that they are on social media for a longer time. So as much time you will stretch spending on social media unnecessarily, until and unless it is giving you some fruitful things, then it is good and wise. Like, use social media or any online platforms for awareness, right? Like, right now also we are doing this session, it is giving
Yeah.
you some information, right? Somewhere it is helping you. So spending your time in right things is right, but if you are wasting your time on other people's profile pictures, maybe unnecessary videos, it is not going to give you anything. But then what is going to happen is, it is going to develop a lot of negativity in you, and you're likely to develop a lot of emotional health concerns, which at first you can definitely control by yeah, yeah, it's okay. So that you can control by just having your consciousness and awareness towards what you're doing and why are you doing. These are the two questions you can ask yourself, and that's when you can just, stop if your mind will ultimately respond you in a good way. So you can just imagine that what you're doing is right, if you're wasting this much of time here is right, if it is required or not. So yeah, definitely it does impact people's mental health so badly. So everyone has got to be, aware, conscious, and should use it very wisely. Yeah, that's important.
True. And this brings us to our in closing of this meaningful conversation, where I would like to ask you that how we should maintain a healthier body image throughout our life.
Okay. Yeah. See, everyone can maintain a healthier body image because that is the need of everyone, right? For everyone, right? Until and unless you won't have a healthier approach towards you, you can't enjoy a quality life. And if you're the one focusing on enjoying a quality life, then definitely you have to start by loving yourself and accepting yourself the way you are. It's very important. So and there are people who start to start to become negative about themselves. They start to look themselves in maybe a negative way, and that becomes their negative approach, right? So you got to understand that when you will have a positive approach towards yourself, when you will love your own self, and when you will actually accept who you are, that's when you can enjoy a sound mental health. Also your physical health will definitely be good, because when there isn't any emotional health concern, you're likely to be a healthy person physically as well. If you know that both of these things go together, if you have a sound mental health, that's when you can enjoy a good physical health too. So first thing is self love, and along with that I would like to say that positive approach also, along with that is, positive self talk. That is so important. If you know that, self praise is something that has been psychologically proven, that when somebody do self praise for themselves, right, that makes them psychologically strong, emotionally sound, right, mentally very very strong. So everyone is supposed to have a good approach towards their own self, and positive self talk each day. At least you can just spare some time and do some self talk, and that has to be positive. If you do this for maybe 21 days, you will see a huge lot of difference in your life, right? So these are the strategies. And not only that, when you're looking up to have a healthier body image, you got to love yourself, accept your genetic blueprints, right? You can't ignore this fact. There are certain reasons for why you look this way, how you are like this, right? So there are certain reasons, because of whatever is your age, whatever is your biological things, right? That you have to accept that genetic factor too. And then not only age and genetic, the environment, the lifestyle you are living, and the kind of things, in terms of what eating habits you have. So each thing has an impact, and that's what make you to look who you are, and that's what the way, that builds up, right? And it's important for us to focus on maintaining a healthier body image, and that's what you can do when you will accept yourself, right? So acceptance is that important. And along with that, when we are talking about building a healthier body image, we cannot forget to focus on clothing, right? It happens that, if you see that people try to imitate others, and what is the trend going on in market, everyone wants to stuff themselves with those clothing. And even if they are not comfortable, they are not feeling healthier, happier in that, but then just because of out of obligation, if they think that they have to follow this trend, this is a wrong approach. If you want to build up a healthy body image, definitely focus on clothing that is comfortable, that gives you a sense of who you are. And if you don't feel good, and if you are not comfortable in that, definitely that has no meaning or value, right? So until and unless you're not happy for wearing what you are wearing, right, so it will not give you a good or healthier approach. So that's one way. And other is exercise, right? Not only exercise not only gives you a good physical health, it gives you a healthier, and emotionally sound health as well. So focus on to spend a little bit of time in exercising, because that is going to give you a lot of happiness, right? So if you have any emotional health concern, if you will exercise, it is going to help you stay healthy, because that's a proven fact that it gives you happiness instantly, right? If you try going out for a walk, if you do a little cardio, maybe gymming or whatever, a little movement, is going to give you happiness, right? So this is something that you need to follow in life. And not only that, when you're focusing on having a healthier body image, don't forget to give your volunteer services to places and be kind to people, because places who really need people like you. This way you will forget about your concerns. You will be more when you are kind towards the the community, that's what is something you're giving to the community, and in return what you will get is happiness. Also, when you're focusing on building a body image, what you can do is never focus on the voices that tells you that you don't look perfect, or you are not wearing something good, or anything that disturbs you. Those voices basically are just something that is not going to give you anything. You have to practice using the quick affirmations, like instantly, the time when you are having these voices in your head, you got to tell your mind that that I'm the perfect person, I look perfect, no matter whatever people are saying or these voices are telling you. You are the perfect and unique individual. God has blessed you with a lot of talents, right? It is nothing you can just waste by just getting demotivated, right? You got to accept yourself. And also, not only all of these things, you got to understand that beauty is just in your mind. It's just a state of mind and not your state of your body. So the day when you or anyone will understand that you can't look yourself in this way, so your entire approach towards your own self will change, and you will likely to develop a healthier approach towards your own self, right? And lastly, I would like to say that be your own self. You can't just be, what other people, or you can't imitate others. Until and unless you are not who you are, you cannot be a happier person. You got to accept yourself completely for the way you are. It's very important. So these are my advices, and I hope that it is going to help people out there who are listening right now. And at the same time, I would like to people who have just joined. So thank you, Gulsharan. Thank you, Monia. Thank you, Shivam, for joining, and thank you, Anmol. I hope we are you all are having a good time here, and this session is going to give you something. So thanks for joining us. Over to you, Utkarsh.
So today you have embraced everyone with a beautiful conversation on body image and its aspects, and have broadened their thoughts towards sensitizing body image and as well as emotional well-being. So heartily thank you for the same.
Yeah, I'm more than welcome. And thankfully, that when we do such sessions, it makes me feel good, because there are a lot of things people are unaware. And also, there are a lot of things in terms of when we talk about, this profession, mental health, right? So people need to have a lot of awareness about lot many things. We'll keep coming for everyone, so that, by picking up one subject at a time, and maybe this awareness can help them in some way, and at the end of our each show they get some guidance. This is important. So awareness and getting those self-help tips is something, this is, they can get benefited to, right? And importantly, we are happy for when people join us, and it's something that help us to keep going. So thanks everyone for watching and joining. I know that everyone can't spend too much of time listening, and maybe once the show is recorded, anytime when they find time, they can just watch and have a good time.
Definitely, it will be broadcasted
Yeah.
on GMH Instagram handle.
Yeah.
So this is to inform each and everyone that we at GMH are ongoing with a online psychology internship program for the students of psychology students of school, undergraduate and postgraduate. IGNU, and mental health enthusiasts. So that too at a special price of just 3,500. So kindly avail this opportunity and this online internship at a very special price just for you. And for this, you can go on our GMH Instagram handle at the rate good underscore mental underscore health underscore, which I'm going to mention right now. And you can check all the information. And for any queries, you can email us at our official mail ID, which is info@goodmentalhealth.in. I'm just mentioning right now.
Yeah, and there are a lot of perks and takeaways, and definitely for becoming a professional, you got to have a great internship, exposure, and where there is a lot of practical thing, and until and unless you don't have a practical knowledge, so it becomes difficult because theoretical knowledge we all get in our, the entire, our you can say college time, the univ lecture. So but then to convert it into a practical way is important, because that's what will develop something in us, and that experience actually will help us handling the clients in future. So when you have that practical exposure, that's when you can become a person ready to treat clients.
I have right now
So yeah.
mentioned Instagram profile, and here's the mail ID. You can
Yeah,
take a screenshot or
also maybe
you can
yeah, you can just yeah, you have written the email address. Yeah, so fine, here is the email address, that is info@goodmentalhealth.in. For any kind of a query you can get in touch. So thank you so much for watching and being with us, and that's a pleasure for us to be here doing these live sessions. We'll soon be back with another very sparkling episode, and until then I think that you know I think you have
Mm,
to say something. Okay, say.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
sure.
And there's one more important thing which we have started
Yeah,
at Good Mental Health, that is Q&A portal,
yeah,
where all your emotional concerns and queries from all over the globe will be answered and responded to. And for this, you can go to our website, that is www.goodmentalhealth.in, and submit your queries, and it will be answered by psychologist Anuradha, who is here working worldwide. So right now mentioning the official website too.
yeah. And also, I would like to add on one more thing about the internship course we mentioned. That is also worldwide, and anyone from across the globe can join this
Yes, indeed it
internship
is
course. Yeah. So it's a
for
very
all the
specially
psychology students
designed, and
worldwide.
there are a lot of things that are going to be covered, and very minute, important things that need to be, there in any internship program. So right now we have Miss Prerna also who has joined, and thank you for joining, Prerna. We are supposed to be closing the show, and but we are happy that you showed your presence. Thank you.
I
So yeah.
mentioned the website www.goodmentalhealth.in. You can take the screenshot or note it down. And for availing good mental health care services from anywhere globally, psychologist Anuradha is working worldwide. And you can book your session by going on our official website, that is www.goodmentalhealth.in, and avail our good mental health services. And so now we both are signing off, and till then, have blissful days and keep smiling and keep shining in this new year.
So happy New Year once again to everyone. Thanks for joining. It's our pleasure, and we are ending up the show until we will see you next time. Just stay safe and stay healthy. Take care. Bye
And
bye.
we'll be coming with another GMS talk very soon.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm winding up, right?
Take, take care.
Bye bye.
See you.